a true sandbox survival horror game. You will fight to survive in a zombie-packed, post-apocalyptic world, designed from the bottom up to foster whichever playstyle suits you best. Home to many threats, post-apocalyptic Alberta will throw everything it can at you, from hordes of flesh-crazed undead, to AI trying to make their way through the world, and of course, other players that are doing what they can to survive. Though above all else, mistakes are killer. Plan accordingly. Our massive world is based on Alberta, Canada, and it is designed to deliver an immersive world that is packed full of landmarks begging to be explored. We've developed a huge variety of procedural generation tools with artist control in mind. These tools allow our very small team of artists to deliver a large, detailed, and immersive world. All of the tools we are currently showing will be available to the modding community. In addition to procedural generation tools that we created, we also created a metagame system that helps us keep our massive 400 kilometers squared world fresh and interesting. The metagame manages the loot economy, the electricity and water flowing through the map, trees that have been chopped down, potential sources of contamination for resources, as well as the weather, including a season cycle. AI and zombie movement are also tracked via the metagame and can trigger events, especially if there's a large group or horde present. These events can be interacted with and will result in potential rewards or penalties depending on your actions. Our largest design goal is replayability. Experienced players, especially those that enjoy the PvE and cooperative elements of our game, will find every session to be different from the last. This is important because we want to play our...
It's being run and commented by Live, Motor Nation's #1 sponsor and event organizer. So this is where your story begins. Your goal? To become the greatest champion of all motorsports. We're starting off with a nighttime street race challenge. Street racing is at the core of the crew DNA and one of the many disciplines of the crew too. But this time we're shifting from underground street racing to bring you a more accessible, festive and competitive take on the genre. Speaking of which, this race is about to get a little spiced up. How would you like to take this party to the rooftops? Now that was just a small example of the way we've redesigned the US cities to offer you more freedom for spontaneous challenges. In the Crew 2, your whole environment has been shaped and tweaked so that you can enjoy the very best experience, whatever the vehicle or the discipline. But before I tell you any more, I think Live Sportscast has something to tell you.
And now, Live goes to the extreme!
I want you to have fish.
Got you!
You have no right to touch me!
You ain't no got a bed and breakfast. You can't.
And yearning shall avail thee not.
Are you sure it's safe to get that close?
Fix you! Move along, please. What's done is done. Get yourself back to the garden.
Very good.
Except for them to compromise when I'm not with you. Screaming trees.
Awesome. Thanks, Pay.
Based on their last position, they should have breached the trees by now, so they're probably doing something funky.
It's clear here.
Copy.
I've got eyes on, direct south of the barn, probably 200 metres out, near crossroads, heading to the east.
Copy.
Wow, they're trying to do a
flank
full
us from
flank.
the south. There?
Yeah, Animal Watch. Do you have eyes on that 120 your position, 130?
Negative.
Okay, copy.
Sorry, Jay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about
I got
animals.
contacts west 280. Falling back.
Copy that. Fall back. Get to that brick wall. Yeah, they're definitely north on us. Well, I mean west.
We got OP set up.
Yep, 265. Equinox, 3 of them. 265.
265, copy, other side of the trees.
Yeah, other side of the trees. Across the field at those wooden stacks.
They're taking pot shots at the windows. I don't think they see me.
They were pushing south to the hedgerow.
Directly to my west.
Yeah,
Right side of the hedgerow.
yeah they're in the hedgerow.
3 down.
Copy that.
Clear so far, guys. We're good.
If you get hurt, let me know. I'll send the medic up to you.
Feel in general, and then send that information to players that control them. Here's where the body control unit kicks in. Before we started to work on Scum, we talked about the realism and how it's presented in survival games today. If you take a minimal approach, then your character might die without any obvious reason. One minute, you're a happy character just running around doing your thing, and the next minute, you're a corpse. In real life, before you die, your body will send warning signals like pain, discomfort, sometimes months before bad things happen. Scum isn't just a game, it's a universe. Prisoners are implanted with BCUs that track them and can broadcast video for prisoners' eyes directly to live TV. BCUs are connected to the character's spinal cord. They can collect subjects' health status, affect the hormone levels, even take control of the character if necessary. They can also render data in front of the character's eyes. And once the BCU is removed, a HUD will be significantly reduced or removed. With BCUs, all prisoners are connected in one huge hive. The second thing we have to address are human eyes and how they work. In short, our eyes have central and peripheral vision that can't be simulated in computer games. For both eyes combined, horizontal field of view is between 200 and 220 degrees, while central vision is only about 5 degrees in the center. Visual acuity declines by about 50% every 2.5 degrees from the center up to about 30 degrees, at which point visual acuity declines even more steeply. If we try to simulate this on a computer screen, it would look something like this. The central vision helps to focus.
What would you do if the world you knew was gone? How would you protect yourself and the ones you love from the terror just outside the walls?
In this world of the living and the dead, how will you survive?
Samurai. You are a warrior. I can see that. You trained your whole life for this. And you have won battles that lesser men have called unwinnable, yes? But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today? I learned. I know your language, your traditions, your beliefs, which villages to tame and which to burn. So I'll ask you once again, Samurai, do you surrender?
Shattered by war's betrayal, will you answer our call, Rider of the Black Horse? To hunt down and destroy the enemies of existence itself. The 7 deadly sins have escaped and are ravaging the earth. They must be stopped.
Hello, brother.
accept this undertaking, though they are 7, and you but 1.
With pleasure.
The smell of dense jungle and the sight of unexplored territory may seem daunting, but take a moment to grab any essential items you may need from your camp before embarking on your adventure. I suggest taking the healing items. And now the time has come to hunt your prey. Use your scout flies to find clues and tracks, which will help you zero in on your target's location. There's our target. Time to take him down. Show him what hunters are made of. Stellar work, Hunter. You've completed your quest. It's now time to carve the monster for materials and parts. It's rather gruesome work, if you ask me. Successful hunts boast additional materials and loot for you to collect. It's time to visit our fine friend, the Smithy. The Smithy uses the resources gathered on your quest to upgrade and forge powerful new gear and armor. With a plethora of weapons trees and armor sets available, it is truly up to you how you wish to progress further in Monster Hunter World. Now bestowed with fresh gear boasting new abilities and strengths, it's time to embark once again and take on deadlier monsters. How will you choose to embark on your heroic adventure?
Or the odds that you're facing seem insurmountable. Should you feel that things have reached the point of no return, you and your crew can elect to sink your own ship, known as scuttling. As your beloved vessel sinks tragically into the sea's cold embrace, it's fine, you'll get over the guilt eventually, you can think about summoning the mermaid to try and salvage it in a safer location and get back to your voyage. The small ship. Helping to fulfill the piratical fantasies of those who would rather go it alone is the option of heading into open waters on a smaller ship. You'll still have to manage similar features to the large ship, but as this one was designed for a reduced crew, sailing is simplified with a wheel that needs fewer turns, the capstan that's easier to raise, and a sail that keeps the view ahead clear. With only 2 cannons on board, the small ship lacks the destructive force of the large ship, but makes up for it in agility. you'll be able to turn tighter circles at speed, letting you outmaneuver bulky rivals and give them a broadside where it hurts. If it doesn't work out, swing the prow around and run for it. Bravely, of course. These and other features are available to players now, with plenty more to come. The release notes are available in our forums, and if you want to get in on the action, join our Insider program at www.seaofthieves.com/insider for your chance to play before launch in early 2018. And now, time to go! I reckon once I've explained that I didn't mean to chuck all the treasure in the sea, they'll let me out of here. Surely.
Form a line! Make... Mwah. What? What?
What? That's Swiss fucking chocolate, pig.
Bon appetito.
I want every fucking cop in this fucking city after that fucking bastard!
Grab my chassis, Noxie!
Easy,
Wearing bang, motherfuckers!
Not being that loud, you shut down.
Thank you, you shut up.
Okay, shh. I want all of you to shut the hell up. What's your problem?
Oh, shh. There's something out there.
Just a
Ah! No, my leg! Get it off! Get it off!
Shut up! Shut up!
Easy, fellas. There he is. Still alive. How the hell am I?
Believe it? Dan, get ready.
All right, I'm ready.
You already know what these are. Oversoul Gaming wanted to know, this is the first Far Cry game I'm really interested in. Will it be newcomer friendly? Is it more focused on action or stealth?
It's a great question. I think that from the standpoint of it being newcomer friendly, for sure, right? We definitely want to be able to make it so that if you played a Far Cry before, you're going to be able to pick this up and go, okay, I get, oh, that's different. Wait a minute, this surprise. But if you've never played a Far Cry before, it's a great opportunity for you to pick it up and to be able to experience it for the first time, because we're building a story that you author, right? Gone are the days of the linear story. What we want to be able to make it is that you can go in any direction, meet any character, and be able to imbibe in the action bubbles that you want to do. So for sure, it's completely friendly.
Good. Well, he asked a good question then.
That's great.
Go ahead.
What's your next one?
Philippe wants to know, is the wingsuit back? Missed it a lot in Primal.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to Primal.
Wait, you're just like sew together a bunch of fur skins. You're like just.
It's not like we didn't talk about it, but the question was that I don't honestly know if I'm allowed to talk about the wingsuit. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, it's back.
Okay.
And what's cool about it is that we didn't just put in the wingsuit. We actually built a character that's this legendary stuntman that's from Montana, our character. Awesome. And when you do a lot of this stuff with the wingsuit and other things that you do that are stunts in the world, you're actually paying homage to him, and you can unlock stuff based off of his personality from like the 1960s and the 1970s.
That was a PlayStation Live for me.
There you go.
Heard it here first.
There you go.
I'm sure Dan's colleagues are just over the moon.
Exclusive.
And, you know, I know we're already, a little bit through the demo here, Dan, but we didn't really talk about the father and the call yet.
Right.
But
Men have fled through the building. Eliminate them.
Should have worn a helmet.
You got what you came for. You don't need to kill us, too.
Fisk's territory is ours now.
Not today.
Spider-Man! Tell the boss is here!
Hey, Willie.
You.
Nice jumpsuit. Slimming.
Stay out of my business.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
We're getting some fire from up ahead.
I'll go low. You flank.
Hang in there. Almost there. Have you been in there yet?
I haven't. We should do that later with Kim.
Yeah, you could use the XP. Hello, treasure. I think we got some action ahead.
Anyone, we're under attack. Anyone in the area, we're under attack.
I think that's part of Praxley's mission.
You can equip your Javelin exosuit with gear that brings devastating power to combat.
Oh, there are a lot of scars down there. Oh, the scars have a heavy.
Time to use that mortar.